All right, if you're a leader over 50, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The pressure is just relentless. You've got burnout, team conflicts, and you're trying to keep up with all this new tech. It is a lot. But what if you could actually flip that script? What if you could use all that stress and turn it into your greatest strength by pairing the experience you already have with some super simple AI tools? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through 5 easy ways to do exactly that.
And this is the core idea right here. This is not about technology replacing your decades of wisdom. No way. It's about supercharging it. It's about taking that hard-won experience you have as your foundation and then just layering these simple tools on top to give yourself this incredible, almost unfair advantage.
And look, this isn't just some abstract business theory. We are talking about that feeling of being on 24/7, that weight of every single decision on your shoulders, the mental fog that just kind of rolls in and clouds your judgment. This whole explainer is built on one truth. That pressure is real, and it has a very real, biological impact on your brain. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by really defining the problem, what we're calling the leader's dilemma. Then we'll dive into 5 concrete, totally actionable hacks that mix a little brain science with some simple AI to give you immediate relief and, more importantly, long-term resilience. Seriously, think of this as your new leadership toolkit. Okay, let's kick things off with the why. Why does stress make leading so much harder? Well, it all boils down to what that chronic, day-in, day-out stress does to your nervous system. It fundamentally changes how your brain works, especially in those moments when you need to be at your sharpest. It all comes down to this one key term, a dysregulated nervous system. See, when you're constantly under the gun, your brain gets stuck in survival mode. It's just flooded with stress hormones like cortisol. And that really messes with your judgment and your emotional control. It's why you might suddenly snap at a colleague or totally freeze up during a tough negotiation. Every single hack we're about to cover is designed to fight back against this exact biological response. Our first hack is, well, it's brilliantly simple and just incredibly powerful. This isn't just about, taking a deep breath. Nope. This is a very specific technique to manually hit the reset button on your nervous system and bring your sharp executive brain right back online. This technique is called box breathing. Here's how it works. First, you just picture a calm place, a quiet beach, a forest, whatever works for you. That tells your brain you're safe. Then, you follow this super simple 4x4 rhythm. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. And as you're doing it, you mentally trace the sides of a square or a box. Just repeat that 5 times. That's it. It can make a world of difference. So what's actually happening in your brain when you do this? It's pretty amazing, actually. This controlled breathing literally slows down your heart rate and tells your brain's little alarm system, the amygdala, to just stand down, to chill out. And that allows your prefrontal cortex, that's the logical decision-making part of your brain, to come back online. You're literally shifting from being reactive to being responsive. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. The data absolutely backs this up. The impact is immediate, and it's measurable. Studies show that just a few minutes of box breathing can reduce how stressed you feel by as much as 20%. I mean, think about that. What would a 20% drop in stress feel like right before you walk into a high-stakes presentation? And this has some serious real-world power. Imagine your boss is yelling at you. Your gut reaction is to get defensive or just shut down, right? Well, instead, this HR director used box breathing right in the moment to stay centered, and that allowed him to respond calmly and turn a total confrontation into a collaborative solution. I mean, come on, that is a leadership superpower. Okay, let's move on to hack number 2 and see how we can build on this. We're going to take a pretty simple practice, mindfulness, and we're going to supercharge it with AI to fight a really specific problem that every leader faces, decision fatigue. You don't need a special app, you don't need a subscription, you just need a tool like ChatGPT or Claude and this prompt. The key is being specific about who you are, an executive over 50, and exactly what you need to cut through decision fatigue. You get a perfectly tailored 2-minute coaching session anytime you need it. And the results are so tangible. This tech VP, she was struggling with that mental fog, really hesitating on some important hiring decisions. By using her AI pocket coach right before interviews, she got her clarity back, made much better, more confident hires, and directly boosted her team's morale. You see, this isn't just about feeling better, it's about performing better. Next up, a hack for what can be one of the most stressful parts of being a leader, those difficult conversations. This isn't about learning how to win arguments. It's about communicating with a kind of clarity that actually prevents them from ever starting.
Understanding the difference here is absolutely essential. When we get stressed, we often fall back on being passive, just avoiding the problem, or being aggressive, attacking the person. Assertiveness is that powerful middle ground. It's about being direct and clear about the issue while always remaining respectful of the person you're talking to.
And here's the framework. It's a really simple, repeatable formula. I feel, when, because. This structure automatically takes any accusation out of the statement and instead focuses on the impact of the behavior. And notice step 3, pairing it with box breathing. That's the key to making sure you deliver this message from a place of calm, not reactivity. Let's talk about the bottom line impact here. A sales manager was on the verge of losing a huge client. He used this exact framework. Instead of making excuses or blaming anyone, he said something like, I feel concerned when this happens because I know it affects the trust you have in us. That clarity and ownership, it completely saved the relationship and led to a 10% revenue boost.
Okay, now for a proactive hack. Instead of just reacting to stress when it hits, what if you could actually identify your triggers before they lead to burnout? Well, that's where your AI coach comes back in. But this time it's acting as your personal stress analyst. With a prompt like this, you turn your AI into a personalized stress coach. But the key is that little instruction at the end, asking it to analyze your responses. Over time, it starts to reveal patterns that you would totally miss on your own. And then it even suggests a targeted brain hack to help.
And why does this matter so much? Because burnout is an absolute epidemic in leadership roles. Over 2/3 of executives are affected by it. A tool like this isn't a luxury. It is a critical early warning system that can help you stay in the game for the long haul. And the impact can be absolutely profound. I mean, this is not an exaggeration. A CTO who was on the brink used this tracker. He realized that his stress from really tense tech meetings was spilling over and causing angry outbursts at home. Just identifying that trigger allowed him to manage it, saving not just his career, but his most important relationships. Our final hack goes right after one of the biggest sources of stress there is, that constant feeling that you just have no time. This is all about using AI to intentionally design a schedule that aligns with your professional goals and your personal values. I mean, just look at the power of this prompt. You're not just asking for a schedule, you're giving the AI your priorities. You're telling it to build a day that includes deep work, family connection, and self-care. It moves you from being a slave to your calendar to being the architect of your own time. And this is the magic that happens when you take back control of your time. This founder wasn't just less stressed. The space he created actually allowed for innovation. He came up with a breakthrough product idea that grew his company. It just proves that protecting your personal time isn't selfish, it's strategic. It literally makes you a better leader and, a better person. So, there you have it. Those are your 5 tools. You've got the breathing reset for instant calm, an AI mindfulness coach for clarity, the assertive framework for those tough talks, an AI stress tracker to stay ahead of burnout, and AI-powered time blocking to design your life. This is your toolkit for thriving. The key takeaway from all of this is pretty simple. You have way more control than you think you do. Stress is always going to be part of leadership, that's just a given. But with the right tools, burnout does not have to be. So, the only question left is, which one of these powerful hacks are you going to put into practice today?